Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you leave your comments below so that I can read them. And as always, guys, happiness is the goal. If you ever are on my videos and you are feeling some type of way, just know I am only here to give you the truth. I don't want to tell you anything that does hurt you. However, sometimes the truth just hurts, right? So, anyway. Today we are reading for our second quarter, Life Path Fives, Adaptability, Change, Choice, and Freedom. So, five is a very interesting number. I think that it is one of the most interesting numbers that we have because it can be very erratic. Five can be a very erratic number, whereas most numbers follow a certain pattern when you add them together. Five doesn't necessarily do that. It's almost like there's no rhyme or reason until you see the end product and then you see the rhyme or reason. So I got, and I haven't heard this song in years, but I got Kajan. I think that's how you say his name. Kajan on the Ocean is a song that I got for you guys. I really encourage you to listen to it. It's basically about waiting for the good things to happen to you. And then I also got Erica Badu, Other Side of the Game, which was one of my favorite songs back in the day, which she basically talks about dating or being with a drug dealer. And even though, they know it's wrong, it's how they get their money. Basically, it's the bottom line. So, from that, my channel message was that you guys have experienced some kind of major failure, and it caused you to have kind of a lack of faith, lack of confidence, right? And yeah, that is where we are. So we're doing Life Path 5 second quarter readings. All right, these readings are timeless. But let's get into it. So we have the third chakra, solar plexus, oneness and unity. Now, let me just say that the solar plexus does represent confidence, right? So, overall, this message, I accept the oneness of all life, and I know I am one with all others on this journey. I support them and let them support me. I am brave and not afraid to ask for assistance. I allow myself to empathize and sympathize with others, and I choose to see the love in all around me. I see everything as part of my own life, and I accept others for who they are. I find common ground with others rather than differences, as this brings harmony into my life and into theirs. All right, so this message is definitely giving the energy of, well, first of all, love and having a confidence in everything that you do belong. So many times in life, we get distracted. We feel like we don't belong. Um, and that's because we're never going to fit totally and wholly into a box. And as a five, there's really no way to get you guys into a box at all. So for our three piles, we have circumstances, the hidden truth, so the truth you have not been seen. And then over here, prepare yourself for this new life. Now, that song, the Kajan on the Ocean song, definitely gave a vibe of the Three of Wands. He literally says, my ship, I know my ship is coming in, right? And then he kind of talks about karma in the way, because he says, if this world is really round, then tell me how it took so long for you to come around. So that also gives the vibe of, hey, you know, it feels like definitely have done some damage in the past, have done some things that maybe you're not proud of. And that's why it kind of things kind of fell apart, but you have been building on that, working on that, and now, listen, this second quarter of this year is going to be really good for you. So I need you guys to make sure that you are continuing to do those things that make you feel good, continuing to give back, to continuing to live in your truth, and all of that. All right, so let's get this show on the road, guys. Now, I'm just gonna say also, let me see. I picked my Arizona playing cards, just because it did give me the vibe of when I moved to Arizona, packed all my shit up in the car, and I just came out here. I really didn't have much of anything, and it was kind of like starting my life over. So I do get that vibe that you guys either are starting over or you have started over into this unknown space, which I think is really good for a five. Okay, so let's talk about the past circumstances. So we have uncaring. Okay, so I'm kind of getting a split between you and somebody else having this uncaring energy. So you could have been uncaring or somebody else could have been uncaring, but it wasn't, it's something that you kind of feel guilty about. So maybe it was you. Maybe you went through a period where you just didn't give a shit. And y'all know that India Ari song, Back to the Middle. If you don't, I encourage you to listen to that song. It's a really good song. It's just about experiencing two extremes of something. And we kind of do this in life, right? If we grow up and we're too vulnerable all the time and we allow too many things to happen, then we'll end up in this space where we're like no, 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 and we become very harsh to people because we've been taken advantage of so much. And it takes practice to meet yourself in the middle, like, hey, you're not supposed to be this cold hard ass, and you can't be a soft pillow, right? You have to be somewhere in the middle. So be fearless and stand strong. I feel like you guys were standing in your energy. I almost get this like combative type thing to the point where you're like, you know what, forget it. That's honestly what I feel here. So let's do this card. Hey, look at that. Five of Pentacles. London Bridge. We was just talking about this. The London Bridge was shipped stone by stone and reconstructed in Lake Havasu City. Y'all remember that song? London Bridge is falling down, falling down. Do they still do shit like that? Do the kids still play the clapping games and all of that? I do not know. Anyway, we have the Five of Pentacles here, which can be like, it's given financial distress, right? So you were put in a situation where it was very financially stressful. And hey, I get it. I get it. I feel that. But you didn't allow yourself to do anything that goes against who you are, right? So, as an example, you guys know, like in reality TV, I'm using that word very loosely, that it's supposed to be reality, but a lot of times the producers or whatever will give these people tasks to do. Sometimes they can be humiliating, and you have to, I feel like you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna like just give up my soul or, who I am and give up my beliefs and all of that just for some money. Um, damn, that is not, it's not okay for somebody to like wave $1 million in your face and be like, yo, if you want this $1 million, eat this dog shit. That's not okay. That is not okay. It is never okay. And you walking away from it was good. So I feel that people may have questioned your decision because they're like, hey, that's a lot of money. You should have just ate the dog shit. And I know this is an extreme example because you probably weren't offered $1 million to eat dog shit, but it's just my point. It's absurd. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just downright absurd. There's no way anybody should be asking you to do anything against your belief for money, for fame, or anything else like that. And you walking away from that, there's nothing bad. Okay, that's not bad. That's good. I'm glad you walked away from that. So it does look like you walked away from a community. This could be some kind of family. This could be some kind of job. I guess this word freedom is really standing out to me because you as a five has to be free. So if you have people, we have double threes. If you have people that are going out of their way to keep you trapped or keep you in a energy, then yeah, you have to walk away. And I told y'all my motto, you don't care, I don't care either. I'm not finna sit here and care about you and you don't give a damn about me. You're willing to humiliate me. You're willing to abuse me. You're willing to take from me. I'm not going to give love to somebody who doesn't give love back. And that is just a standard. It doesn't matter who it is. It's not something that you do. So walking away from an uncaring situation, whether this person didn't care or you didn't care about them, either way, it's a good thing, right? Because the last thing you want is to be in a situation where somebody is pouring their heart out and then this person on the other side just doesn't give a shit. It doesn't matter which side that you're on, it's going to breed some pretty negative karma. So it's good that you guys got away from that so that you can live your true life. Okay, so this is definitely still giving the vibe that you guys might have gotten into something that was not the best, that is causing you some kind of anxiety. So I know that I talk about when you're doing good and bad at the same time, a lot of times the bad is gonna outweigh the good. But I do see, like, in the past, you guys have done some things again that kind of keeps you up at night. That's what I get. Um, I almost feel I listen. I don't know what it was, but it feels like either it was illegal or it was kind of exploitive, and it was something that you could not continue doing. It just was not your thing. Truth. Okay. We are going to read that truth, okay, Rhapsody, and see what it says for you guys. All right. So, Rhapsody start with hip hop outfit. Coolie High was only the beginning. Now, y'all, I am a fan of the original like rappers, but I don't remember Rhapsody at all. But her sharp lyricism is a direct descendant of the female MCs before her and has placed her in the running with even her male counterparts. Projects like The Idea of Beauty, Layla's Wisdom, and Eve all tackle. All right, so anyway, you're finding it hard to speak the truth right now. Maybe you're sparing the feelings of others, or you aren't quite sure how to put the words together. It's a struggle we all deal with, though, like Rhapsody's card proves, the truth shall set you free. Open your throat chakra, okay? And three is the number of communication, right? So we're in March right now, and then we have the third chakra, which is about your confidence. So definitely confidence in speaking and all of that. Remember, remember, we can experience blockages of all kinds, and not speaking your truth can feel metaphorically strangling. Sometimes eloquence must take a back seat to being brutally honest. Right. I feel like I said that at the beginning of this reading. Like, oh no, I think I put that on my Twitter page, actually. I do my best to be honest without being like cutthroat. But there are some things in life where you just have to be like, no, like that's really messed up. Only terrible people do things like that. And if you don't want to be lumped up with those terrible people, then don't do it. But this definitely feels like a situation where you started off not caring about whose ever situation, whatever they were going through. Like I said, could be illegal, could be exploitive, but then you walked away from it. Adaptability, change, and choice. You made a choice to adapt to your new life. All right, so this pile is hidden truths, wishing and hold the space. Right, so wishing does give a vibe of manifesting as well. So you guys have been kind of manifesting the dark things out of your life, which is great. I'm not gonna, make any type of bad judgments about that. Hold this space, right? This is the truth, the hidden truth is that you have been in this space either to learn or as kind of like a barrier to your future to make sure you are on the right track. It definitely gives the vibe of the number 10, like holding like the end of a cycle, beginning of a new cycle. So you have kind of been in this stagnant period, not really knowing which way to go. Okay. And this honestly, we got Hoover Dam. Hoover Dam was designed a natural historic landmark in 1985. Hmm. Anyway, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is it's the slowest knight in the deck. You know what? Looking at this card, I don't know if I made this comment earlier when we saw the London Bridge, but I was going to say earlier that this is kind of like a vibe, and this is the past of taking something where it doesn't belong and moving it somewhere else. So kind of putting somebody in a position where they feel uncomfortable, um, and like leaving them there. The Hoover Dam, it's just a dam in Arizona. Like I don't know much about it, but I know that we have a lot of desert space in Arizona, so it does feel like it feels like some one in a lifetime energy, right? Of course, there's plenty of trees and water when you go up north and all of that. Of course, it is. All of Arizona isn't the desert, but a lot of it is, especially the main city. And so I say that to say sometimes you have to kind of inject water into a dry situation. So when you're not feeling the love, when you're not feeling the energy, sometimes you have to put the energy into it. And in this case, it really looks like putting the energy into yourself. It really sounds like you guys are, again, manifesting things for yourself and just not being so concerned with what everybody else is doing, how everybody else is going to see you, and all of that. For a lot of you, I'm like, hey, welcome to your 30s. That's how I feel like. Welcome to your 30s, all right? It is I'm in my 30s now. I really feel like this is like the best decade of my life, and it makes me feel like it only gets better because there's something about being in your 30s that allows you to identify yourself how you want to, stop looking at people how you would like how they're looking at you, or being jealous of their circumstances and trying to understand why they're there and you're here. So it's kind of like, hey, I'm standing in my own, right? So you guys are really learning how to be just you, even if you're not in your 30s, y'all. There's definitely some kind of maturity that you have learned coming from this space, right? Like from this space to this space, you have matured, you have manifested, you have put the love that you needed in your life. Damn. The Seven Star Sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life expression. This separation has caused you to really put a focus on yourself, the things you love, and the things that you want in life. For those of you who have been distracted, get back on it, okay? Because this is honestly your time to shine. These readings are coming out before the second quarter starts, so make sure you guys are putting in that energy, okay? So that when you get to the second quarter, when it's actually there, that the things that you want are actually manifesting, right? At any point in time, you definitely want to plant the seeds that you want to come to fruition. Sometimes, as human beings, we can lose our confidence, lose our faith, and begin to think that the things that we want aren't possible, which can kind of make them lag behind. But don't do that. Keep the faith, y'all. Keep the faith. All right. Oh shit, y'all. This is my birthday right here, 12/26. But anyway, it came out this way. So, yeah, so we have the 26 knowledge, and then we have the birds here, which is kind of like a spiritual knowledge, you know? Um, One thing that I like about the Seven of Pentacles, because I always tell you guys, Seven of Pentacles really represents seven, right? It is one of the best representations because it represents a trial and error. It represents, hey, I tried this, did it work? No? Let's do something else. Yeah, let's continue on this path. And so, you guys have really been getting messages about your trials and the things that are going down. Um, and kind of looking at the past in a new light. So I'm gonna say, I know we saw the Nine of Swords, which definitely, gives the vibe of anxiety. To move past that energy, um, living in always being worried about like what's gonna happen, always looking over your shoulder. That's not really a way to live. It's really giving like survival, right? This 26, this book is about knowledge, whereas the 10 of Pentacles is giving ancestry energy. And then we have the seven sisters and all of that. I get there's a lot that you should learn about your family, a lot that you should learn about your birth and your birthplace. Um, yeah, it just is. You guys, it's almost like having to explore the past in order to get to a place that you want in the future. All right, so here we have the Eight of Cups, and then we have the World. The World is completion. And what I'm getting is just walk away. Once you leave this behind, the cycle is going to be complete. As long as you focus on it and harp on it, it's going to be very much, it's going to hold you down, right? It's like fighting with gravity. I'm telling y'all, listen to the song. Listen to the song. So I want you guys to definitely recognize the patterns in your life that haven't been working out. Recognize that you have moved on from this period in this situation. And then, of course, learn how to believe in yourself again. All right, y'all. We got one more pile over here. I feel like we kind of making good time, kind of. So this last pile is how to prepare yourself for this new life. Hey, let's get it. Trust in higher forces. Hey, we got the shaman coming out. Trust, right? We even had your ancestors coming out in this pile over here. Trust, guys. Renew your faith. And when we talk about faith, I'm not religious at all, and I don't think that we all celebrate the same gods, guides, nothing like that. But for your guides, for your angels, for the people or the spiritual abundance in your life, you have to trust your guides, ancestors, angels, and all of that. You have to trust that you will put the energy out there so that you get the best that you can get and you can walk in your destiny, in your journey. And you have to have faith that they are going to protect you doing that and that they are going to support you doing that. Because at the end of the day, we are all here for a certain purpose or multiple purposes. It's different for all of us, and that's between you and your people, you and your guides, and you have to trust that they're going to lead you on the right path. Um if you are acknowledging what the path needs to be. So we have the emotion here as fear. Prepare yourself for this new life, fear. And you know what? I'm getting face your fears. I'm getting just face them head on. Don't be afraid of the past. Stand up to it, right? You don't have to keep running from things that you did. Your past does not define you. Sometimes, and I'm saying sometimes, but really all the time, you have to make amends with your past. All right, cholla tree. Butterflies and hummingbirds are very attracted to the chola's purple flowers, which bloom in late spring and early summer. Late spring, early summer, y'all. That's the second quarter blooming. I'm telling you, we got the Ten of Wands, which does represent burdens, but more than burdens, the Ten of Wands represents responsibility. Sometimes when we take on too much, we can feel burdened. So make sure you guys are taking on what would be beneficial to you. So I think it's funny that hummingbirds were mentioned because I had a dream, and I keep this hummingbird. I know y'all can't see it, but the seabird, the G bird. And she has this hummingbird on her, and I literally dreamed about this hummingbird falling off last night. Like I dreamed about this. You guys have a lot of things. I'm not a life path 5, but for whatever reason, you guys got my birthday coming up. You got my dreams coming out. Um, so I really, I really feel like there's this connection with, it's like a major connection with somebody who isn't you, right? So let's say that I'm this person and you're thinking about me all the time. You're seeing my birthday come up all the time. You're seeing symbols that remind you of me. That is what I'm getting here, right? Trust in the higher forces that the signs and the paths are going to lead you to the right place. Surrender. I can release my need to control. Let it go. On top of it, y'all don't want to be in control of anybody else or anything else because you're a 5. As soon as you get into the groove of things, you're gonna want something different. So don't try to control anybody else, because they don't all have the same path as you. Also, don't try to control the circumstances around you all the time. Sometimes you gotta just let shit be, right? You gotta go with the wind. Again, listen to that Kajan song, y'all. I mean, this shit is really representing you. Um, ooh. So we got double eights coming out. This is technically a 9. We have another 10. So we got the 10 of cups, 10 of wands. We saw the 10 of pentacles. Like the 10s are coming out. And I mentioned 10. I sure did. I sure did. I sure did. Anyway, I did mention 10 because it can represent a real stagnant period. Okay, here we go. It was this book, and that was in our second pile. Anyway, yes, 10 can be a very stagnant period. That is so loud. I hope that's not too bad for y'all ears. I wanted the window open today, and I live off of a super busy street. Anyway, um, I'm getting a lot of energy here from prepare yourself for this new life, surrender. I do get loyalty to this toxic person. They've been coming up. It says false person, but I've been getting a lot of toxic energy from this card. During these life path readings, I like this card has come out in a few of you guys for a few of you guys. So having loyalty to a toxic person is not gonna benefit you. Um, I really want you guys to release that need for loyalty to people that aren't loyal to you, to anything that's going to, like I said in the beginning, go against who you are, humiliation. Don't be connected to anybody that's going to bring you down and is not going to help you move forward. We have people in our life, things in our life, whatever, to help us move to a better place and to keep it moving, to be honest. And that's what y'all need to do. Hey. Okay, so we have two, count them, two pages. The pages are students. Um, the page of swords is definitely about learning, about kind of collecting information that you need in order to move forward. Whereas the King of Wands is about action. So with the King of Wands, not the King of Wands, the Page of Wands is learning is that how to wield their actions in a way that's beneficial to them. That's what I'm getting. So you guys need to prepare by studying, right? By opening your eyes, opening your ears, surrendering to the truth, acknowledging false people, right? And so something else with this Ten of Wands, right? Butterflies and hummingbirds are very attracted to Chola's purple flowers. It's almost like this stand out thing. People are going to be drawn to you, right? And you don't have a responsibility just because they are coming forward and being drawn to you. So it's kind of like I can be all these things, right? But if somebody decides that they want to like follow me, for instance, you're subscribed to my channel. You can be subscribed all day. Your future is not in my hands. How about that? Like somebody else's future is not in your hands, and it's not a responsibility or a burden that you should be taking on. Let them admire you, allow them to be whatever, but you don't want to turn around and be like, hey, I'll take care of you. And it can be difficult when you know that, when you feel like you know the way a person should go. And I'm telling you, no matter what you think you don't know. Because people, they pretend a lot, they discount things that they shouldn't, they ignore things and all of that. So it's really not your job to make sure somebody is on the right path. All you can do is point to the path and say, hey, go that way, literally. But that's definitely all I have for my Life Path 5s. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, leave your comments below. And remember, happiness is always the goal. I will see you next time.